Hi. Um, my name is Vittoria, uh, and I have some things to say. Not really. I'm gonna ramble while I make my friends some art for Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody who celebrate. Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Yule, happy. Oh, what's the other one? Uh, oh, I don't know. But I know there's another pagan holiday around this time of year that was stolen. But it's fine. Um, yeah, I'll crack on. Basically, I I'm just a girl, and I fall down rabbit holes and stuff the same as literally everybody else does. Sorry, Spotify Wrapped came out, and everybody's liking my stories and stuff. I'm just so popular. um, and normal people fall down rabbit holes about maybe true crime or, you know, artists, music artists, random stuff. I tend to fall down weird ones. I wouldn't say it's the like alt right pipeline because I am not alt right whatsoever. Um, I had blue hair and I have pronouns. um, I have. Did I say had pronouns? I have pronouns. I'm normal. uh, but yeah. I know a worrying amount about fascism and its definitions and stuff like that, which some people find concerning. I find it incredibly interesting, and nobody is allowed to have an opinion on it other than me, um, in my opinion. But nobody's allowed to have an opinion on the things I do other than me, I think. And that may sound quite like a spoiled mindset. Um, but everybody has free will, and I have the free will to be a little weirdo, basically. Um, Sorry, I'm just drawing a tooth real quick. Yeah, is that a tooth? It's a fucking gross tooth, but it'll. This one will have to be a bit taller. There we go. Yeah. um, Basically, fascism. You know it, you hate it. It is, or it has in the past been the sort of defining trait of uh, Hitler and Mussolini and fascist regimes, stuff like that. Shows like The Young Ones, which was, I think it was 70s, though it could have been 80s, I'm not entirely sure. Um, it used sort of the character of Rick saying fascist, um, sort of as a punchline, which, you know, it's an interesting stance to take, although it was a very good show. Um, I mean, the punchline was oh look, they're gross students, which it did represent us, but it also made us look silly and gross, and you know, which we are, but when it's adults that say that who were previously young and just sort of are salty about not being young anymore, it sometimes leaves a little weird taste in your mouth. But yeah, fascism doesn't really have a definition, um, which is so interesting to me. Um, how can something so important to history not actually be defined? Like, that is fucking crazy talk, you know what I mean? But it doesn't have a definition. Um, oh, that is. This paint is like jello. It is. Wow. Oh. Oh, I don't like it. um, I also need some black. You know, this thing, it doesn't have a definition. Oh my god. Just. There we go. Go right, go then. For fuck's sake. I will say I have some notes about it. Many fascist groups, they do have sort of similar ideology. Master race and we're better than you and blah blah blah. Um, but fascism itself doesn't really strive for anything in particular. Um, I will say the historian who has the sort of most widely accepted closest definition is a man called Roger Griffin. Does sound like he should be in Family Guy, but that's not important. He called it. Hold on, I need to read this because I cannot ever remember it when I'm having this conversation with anybody, which is pretty much never, because that's the reason I'm doing this, so I have somebody or something to ramble to. Um, Fascism is a genus of political ideology whose mythic core and its various permutations, it's a paleogenetic form of populist nationalism, which basically says, for those who don't like big words, such as me and my mum, it's basically as a unit. Its belief, is basically as a unit, a country is strongest, but when it is divided into things such as political parties, it is less strong, and therefore that's not good. Which leads to tyrants such as Hitler and Mussolini and etc. etc. I would call Kim Jong-un fascist as well. Because what else? Sorry, that was a big pause. I was concentrating. Yeah, sorry. Fascism. It comes from the word the Italian word faces, Faeces, which means which is a bundle of sticks, either like tied together on its own or attached to an axe. And ism is obviously ideology, ism, you know. Uh, but the idea around fascism is one stick alone, theoretically, will break much, much easier than it sticks tied together. You know, a huge bundle. Therefore, it's stronger, and that's sort of the idea for a fascist country, that together we are strong, divided we're snapped. Um, you know, this would be a good idea for like a netball team. You know, stick together and we'll be fine. Even, you know, getting through an escape room. But for running a country, it's not the vibe. It's never the vibe. We obviously don't like fashion. um, you know, but I see fascism as, sorry, that but probably scared a lot of you. I don't like fascism. Okay, the but is not like, but these are the good things. No, this is me giving you my opinion. Although it doesn't have a definition, I tried to define it. It's sort of like a null hypothesis. You need, you know, if you believe that such and such hasn't existed before, you might as well throw your hat into the ring. And I have some cool hats which I don't really want to throw away, so I'm gonna sit here and pretend I know what I'm talking about when, I mean, I do, but I don't, because, you know, I'm a teenage girl. So I feel like I'm not taking this seriously. I see it as a violent, oppressive, cruel road to so-called greatness. It is never said what a great society under fascism will be. It's just left under the uncomfortable claim of greatness. You know, how these days people are giving awards to artists saying you're the best of the century. You're the best of the century, when we're not even a quarter in. Or I suppose we're just about a quarter in. We're going into 2025. How can they be the artist of the century when we haven't done the century? Do you know what I mean? I don't see it. Why would you do that? But, you know, to each their own. But yeah, it's never expressed in fascist leaders what their end goal sort of is. Well, I suppose some leaders do have an end goal, but fascism doesn't have a specific end goal. You know, Hitler was all about his eugenics and his master race and his disgusting anti-Semitism and atrocities. Mussolini was about taking his shirt off and wearing lifts in his shoes, but you know, yeah. But you know, Marxists want a classless system, and anarchists want a stateless system. You know, system doesn't exist anymore, but system. Fascists don't really have that, you know? They just sort of have a one nation idea. Um, yeah, but um, examples of fascism include Nazi Germany, which was, tyrannical and oppressive and ultra nationalist and very far right. Uh, yeah, it's so complicated and horrifying and atrocious, and you just think it's not even most fascist rules or ideologies are so incredibly atrocious that we can't define it, basically. But yeah, that's sort of all my thoughts on that. Um, I have not made any progress since the start of this. In fact, my little teeth that I did, they look like little Among Us characters, and I hate that for me. I hate it more for my friend, but I hate that for me because she's gonna think, "Wow, this is your worst piece yet," um, and she'd be right. Um, yeah, yeah. So anybody who comes across this and thinks I'm not incredibly stupid, um, leave a comment. Don't bother to subscribe. I don't really want you to be honest. Um, don't come back and see me ever again. If I, crop up on your timeline again, click it if you wish, but let fate, or at least an algorithm, decide when you see me again. But yeah, yeah, I've made absolutely no fucking progress, but at least I spoke. Yeah. Until next time, I suppose. To be continued. Dot dot dot. Um. Yeah, I don't know what I'll talk about next. Maybe a film I like, or a video diary, or I don't even know. Um. But yeah, I will. I'll see you later, I guess. Bye.